Good afternoon and welcome to Don Valley Stadium once again for game 12 in the Stones Bitter First Division Championship. Today's visitors are the big spending Leeds, and the team news for today are Sheffield have at full-back Gary Jack, on the wings Gamson and Plange, in the centres Price and Maiko, half-backs Powell and Aston, the front row Broadbent, Cook and Lawton, the back three Maguire, James and Farrell. On the bench today for the Eagles are Tim Lum and Ian Hughes. Leeds have at full-back Tate, on the wings Fallon and Gibson, in the centres Iro and Innes, half-backs Grigg and Gregory. Grigg, of course, is that Grigg making his debut for Leeds. In the front row Malloy, Lowes and Wayne, the back three Goodway and Hanley. And on the bench today for Leeds, Dixon. I have with me my counterpart, Stuart Duffy. Hi, Stuart.
Hello Mike, nice to be here, and wonderful stadium as always at Sheffield. It looks absolutely perfect. Pitch looks in excellent condition, and a game really, like we were saying earlier, both sides really need to win. There's no easy games now, and Leeds will be looking for a big game this afternoon.
Yeah, every game important in the First Division, no matter where you are in the league. Either you're fighting relegation, or you're trying to secure a top four spot, or even higher above. Wigan, of course, trying to keep up. Today we have the Eagles trying to cling on to fifth spot, equal fifth. And Leeds, of course, in a terrible position for the money they've spent.
Yes, we've not done very well this season. Had a lot of unlucky things with injuries, but that's the thing that every side has to cope with. We've got a big enough squad, and we should be able to cope with that. But one or two decisions gone against us in close games, and find ourselves third from the bottom.
So, everything to play from both teams. Should be a cracking game of First Division football. Eagles without Paul Carr, sadly, who's been in outstanding form this season. Been scoring tries consistently. Looking through the Leeds team, and you have to say that Gregory, for myself, Gregory and Hanley will be the key men, could be the match breakers, of course, with Kevin Iro running the tries in, Stuart.
Yes, that's what Leeds will be hoping this afternoon, and it'll be interesting to see how Carl Grigg goes. Grigg, of course, has come over from Australia, but he is Leeds born, and he's actually from Kirksall Road in Leeds, which is very near the Headingley ground, and has come over here on trial, and he gets his chance because Gary Schofield's injured. And it'll be interesting to see how Ellery Hanley and Andy Gregory look after him this afternoon, mate.
Certainly will. A lot on his plate, stepping in for the Great Britain captain, Gary Schofield. And Sheffield bringing the changes already, bringing the forwards to this side of the field. And Mark Aston teeing the ball up. Mr. John Connolly, today's match official. You'll be looking for the danger men in the Sheffield team, Stuart?
I think the half-backs speak for themselves. Aston and Powell, one of the best club pairing half-backs in the game. Gary Jack, of course, running on deep from full-back. And a couple of big forwards, and I like the look of Anthony Farrell, Mick.
Yes, been in outstanding form this season, as all the Eagles pack has. Been a very good unit in most of the games they played, the Eagles. So Leeds hitting the ball up in the shape of Mercer. Eagles with a wide defence. Sean Wayne. Anthony Farrell goes underneath and stops him. This is Lowes looking to work his way through. Again, tight defence from the Eagles. Mr. Connolly getting the good 10 metres back. Gregory puts up. And Gary Jack makes his first mistake. Well, I was just going to say that watching Leeds throughout the season, Stuart, this season, I think they're susceptible to the return of the ball.
Yes, they are. They tend to get in sixes and sevens when the ball's kicked straight back to them, and I thought that Gary Jack was probably thinking of that then, and just took his eye off the ball for a second and has paid the penalty.
Yeah. So Iro working the switch with Gregory from the scrum. Gets rid of Mark Aston. Runs into Anthony Farrell. And eventually brought down. Big giant of a man. Mercer hits another one in. Yes, I was just going to say, an into the knock-on. Good tackle from Neil James. Ex-Leeds player, of course. Came to the Eagles from Leeds. One of his old clubs. So the Eagles, first chance of possession. And that's not tidy. And knocks on. And that will be a Leeds feed. Well, that's a bad mistake. So the early decision infringements going Leeds' way. Alan Tate drops back. Looks as though he's linking off Kevin Iro. Innes turns in. Oh, it's a loop round move. The idea was for Tate to come off Grigg. Ellery Hanley drifting across field. Eventually tackled by Paul Broadbent. Mercer again. That's 3 hits for Mercer in the opening minutes. Lots of space now for Leeds. Malloy. Lawton paddling on the tackle. Laws looking to develop with the ball. He gets nowhere. Well, this is where the new 10-metre rule comes into effect, Stuart.
Does gives you a lot of space there to try things up near the line. Andy Gregory there just trying a little kick through, and I think referee Connolly stuck on there. Just so close to the line, the players having to get right back on the 5th tackle, so that's going to be the handover.
Yeah. Yes, when Anthony Farrell stepping and working his way through the ruck. Yes, it really becomes pertinent, that 10-metre rule when you get to within 10 metres of your own line, whereas before you only had 5 metres when you had to retire. You stood right back on your line and you suspected somebody coming from acting half-back, running straight at you. You have no options but to stand and wait.
That's right, if to stand and wait, and if they can manage to turn an inside ball to somebody coming up sharp, it's curtains and not everybody's over the line. We've seen a few tries like that this season.
Aston, after good work from Maguire, and Powell gets the ball. Today they planned well, the Eagles come right downfield. It's a good progress. First chance of possession, and Powell again finding space from Aston. Well, come right down the field in the first set, the Eagles. Well, that's an outstanding first set, and it's up from Aston. It's play on. Oh, with a chance, he has support. Well, that'll be play on. No, just couldn't get the pass in. That looked dangerous.
Did a tremendous kick there from Mark Aston, and Leeds not covering that too well. And lucky to get the ball back there. Sheffield had another 6, and it was lost on the first tackle, Mick.
Yeah. So good way, plays the ball. Innes goes 10. Well, this game opened up at a terrific pace. Malloy brings the ball up, and that's again a nice shot. Either Mick Cook or Bruce Maguire just making connection above the shoulders, and a penalty. Tate puts the ball almost directly in. Laws took his way in. Interesting today that there are 2 excellent split scrum halves in the teams today, James Laws and Tim Loam. Well, communications went wrong then. Laws left on his own and isolated. Gregory switches the ball to Grigg. Grigg moves the ball to Innes. Innes steps inside. When they had men outside, Ida was in good space then. Tate. Last tackle. Decides to run it on the last tackle. This time, Gadijak gathers the ball in. Mikko. Steadying play down. Gadijak. Just about to have a fag. After being tackled, found the ball in his hands and just gets over the quarter line. Well, Leeds playing the condensed defence. Carl Gibson pushing right in on his centre. Farrell gets a good pass to Aston. Aston onto James. James gets rid of one. Men on the outside now. That's a good ball from Maguire. This is Price. A good tackle from Innes. Well, good development again from the Eagles.
Yes, good there, and I thought Leeds on the previous set of 6 there didn't make much use on the last 4. They'd done well on the first 2 and got the ball away, and then they just seemed to go to sleep a bit there. A bit of lack of communications, I think. But Sheffield did well there.
A good way of working the ball away. Wayne gets just to the half line. Gregory to develop the ball. Well held, well tackled. Nick Cook underneath, and Anthony Farrell killing the pass off. That's Malloy. And quickly through their set. Leeds quickly through their set of 5. And that's play on. And Grigg going for the fly kick, just missed. This is Maiko now. Maiko steps. Oh my word, that's dangerous. Well, I don't understand that decision from Mr. Connolly. Well, that's a strange decision, Stuart.
No, it was straightforward. Was that the ball was thrown inside there by Maiko for Gary Jack, who missed it, and it bounced off the Leeds player and of course went towards the Sheffield Eagles line, so it was a knock-on. But now he's given the scrum feed to Leeds, so that really is a strange decision.
Certainly was. If it's a Leeds feed, it should have been play on.
Could have done, yes.
In the meantime, and he comes up with the ball in space. Carl Gibson, well tackled by Farrell. Tate, Innes with a chance in the corner, turns it into the man there, ever present, Ellery Hanley. Good play from Leeds, kept the ball alive. Innes involved twice in that movement. Well, that was a good try, Stuart.
Was a good try, well worked move there. Innes in space, then took when Gibson went inside and the ball was fed back, Innes had taken the place on the wing there and used his strength and left and Hanley always in support, as we know over the years, and loves to score tries like that, mate.
Always in support. Like Sean Edwards, he has the perception, understanding to be in the right place at the right time. People say it's easy, but it isn't.
No, it's one of those things you just can't understand why some players know. Gary Schofield's another one, of course, who just seems to be always there at the right time to receive the final pass.
So still 4-0. That really was against the run of play, Stuart.
It was. Just to point out, they've had quite the better of the first exchanges, made more ground when they've had the ball, and just a silly mistake there, a forced pass went to ground and paid the ultimate cost there.
So Mark Aston to restart. That's the ball deep. Gregory feeds Mercer. Mercer hits the quarter line. Tackled by Lawton and Maguire. Fallon now comes in. He's finished off by Cook. And that's offside, yes. Mark Aston, a long way offside. That's a good position to give up so easily. A long way offside then, the Eagles.
Yes, looked like he was not going back anywhere near the 10. Looked more like it was the old 5 metre that Mark Aston was playing to there. But it is very difficult for players to run that backwards, and if you just run forward now, you're going to get a penalty most times, Mick.
Yeah. So Gibson brings the ball in field. The Eagles moving up, Broadbent. Patrolling the ruck well, both props. This is a switch play for Gregory. Gregory bringing Goodway in. Moves one out to Tate. Well tackled, Richard Price. The Eagles defence not full by that movement at all. Grigg, long ball to Wyro. He's the man you want to be passing to. Good tackle, Anthony Farrell. Mercer again. Got through a lot of work early on, Mercer. So last tackle. This time Lawes takes it on his own bat. Chips it over. Planch comes up with the ball. That's a good position for Leeds. Maiko working the ball away. Good tackle from Lawes. This is Maguire. Leeds drop Gregory back. Tate well back. So playing with the secondary defence, but Paul Broadbent found a soft spot then. That looked easy. He just a little step. And no Leeds men really in front of him. That's a big kick. And that's knocked back. Mr. Connolly says play on. Tate trying to work his way around Richard Price. Gibson. Good tackle from Maguire. Good chase from the Eagles. This is Goodway. Innes with the ball. Sean Wayne comes, takes one. Which his old teammate. Neil James, I think that's going to be a high contact penalty again. Well, it's stopped down as Sean Wayne. It looked fairly innocent from here, Stuart.
Yeah, it looked a bit innocuous, and some of these head-high tackles have got to be seen to be relieved this season. Players were getting 8 matches, some things that weren't as bad as this, and now sometimes letting them go, sometimes they penalise them. The rule all wants sorting out and getting to grips with. That's right, there does. I mean, he's just pulling Neil James out now and telling him it was above head high, but it didn't look anything that we keep seeing it, and then sometimes the referee says it's across the shoulder, and you can see plainly it's round the neck. It just seems to take whether the referee, it's like the offside, right? It's whether the referee decides to give it or whether he doesn't, Mick.
Yeah. So, Leeds electing to tap that ball. Hanley takes a second drive and makes a good 10 yards right up the heart of the Eagles defence. Good way. Brings Malloy inside. Good tackle from Paul Broadbent, and again Hanley picks the ball up. Well, that's a good roll from the Leeds forwards, just straight up the middle of the defence. Oh, and this is a good pass onto Mercer. A good defence from the Eagles. Well, that was a 6-point tackle from Mark Aston.
Well, spilt the ball there, Gary Mercer. That was a great crunch tackle, because I thought Gary Mercer was over the line like you did, Mick, then.
So, Mark Aston making his contribution in defence. And Powell just happy with the ball. The Eagles will be looking to make a player mistake, 3-5, and finish off with a good kick. And again Broadbent makes good yards through the middle of the Leeds defence. Lawton comes up and he meets a little bit more sterner defence. And the Eagles spreading the ball now. Gary Jack tries to turn Maiko inside. Last tackle. Leeds drop men. 3 fucking secondary defence. Good kick from Mark Aston. That's a good set, Stuart.
Good set of 6 there from Sheffield. Move right up there, right onto the Leeds 10-metre line. Interesting to note down in front of us here that Andy Goodway's having attention. He was holding that arm that he broke 3 times, I think, when he played for Wigan, mate.
Yeah. Is it the same arm?
Looks to be the same arm. He's having some attention to it now. Let's hope he doesn't have to go off.
Yeah. He were off that big charge from Paul Broadbent when he got through then.
It was indeed. That was tremendous play by Paul Broadbent. I've been very impressed with him so far. He's made ground every time he's had the ball.
So the Eagles, defensive line, right on the 20-metre. Stood flat. David Plange hanging back for the kick. And that's a sad sight to see. Andy Goodway leaving the field and going straight to the dressing room. Oh, well, you have to feel sorry for that man. Been an outstanding player and still could be if he could keep clear of injuries.
By Fallon. Coming up the field, a very strong run in there from Kevin Ira. Leads up to the 20-metre mark. Dixon, first touch of the ball. And again, that's good ground there from Paul Dixon. So Gregory will find Hanley now, and Leeds checking the options out wide. With Iro, just pumping men off there, Kevin Iro. So strong when he's running out wide. James Lowes. So that's the last tackle, Leeds up to halfway. And Gregory will put the kick in fact, tries a grubber kick through. It's picked up by Anthony Farrell. A good tackle there from Anthony Farrell, good pick up, and Hanley quickly bringing him down. So Sheffield now coming away with Gary Jack. That's a great ball there. Powell coming inside, Richard Price. Tremendous switch of play there, mate.
Yeah, it's good running from Powell, develops the ball well, and is really developing into one of the outstanding in rugby league.
Oh, knock on there, and referee didn't see that one. Bruce Maguire trying to pick the ball up too quickly, I think. At in after that, it was Mick Cook. Difficult there with the scrum caps. Oh, Eagles, not a good pass, but it's well picked up by Daryl Powell, who shows the ball. Using Plange shipping over, and Alan Tate has to take that ball, run to touch. Lovely kick over there and chase from David Plange.
Yeah, good ball movement from the Eagles, brought it right, and Daryl Powell involved in that movement as well. Give a good ball to Plange. Plange doesn't need any asking to get the ball in the air and chase, and no options then for Alan Tate. It's a good position for the Eagles.
Farrell in. Bumps Grigg off as he's dumped down there by Hanley. The ball going out to the left. Powell finds Aston. Dangerous times these for Leeds. And Jack managing to get the ball away, and the Leeds defence will have to hold out here as Mark Aston trying everything he knows to shake off Kevin Iro. Maiko. He's lost the ball. Suspicion that was maybe pushed out of his hand there, Mick?
Well, the referee seemed in good positions watching the play. He waved play on straight away, so I'll go with him.
Grigg has a run from acting half. So we find Gary Mercer again. He's taken the ball up several times already this afternoon. It's the outstanding second row forward last season, Gary Mercer. He won the award from his fellow professionals. And in the few games he had for Leeds, he's been injured quite a while. He's shown that sort of form again this season. Gregory. Oh, and Grigg there. Wrapped up there. That was a good tackle from number 11, Brooke. And Gregory puts the kick in. And that sits up lovely for David Flange. So Eagles did well there, keeping Leeds penned them almost around that same area.
Yeah, well, that's really only the first time they've contained them. Leeds have made good progress. And after they scored the try, they've made good progress of Leeds. And Sheffield got some containment back then, which they need to do. And they actually have done all season. They've played, the defence has really been strong all season.
Well, that's the first penalty of the game for Sheffield. It was for inside the 10, and Mark Aston is going to have a kick at goal.
Wind blowing.
And the wind is blowing from left to right as you look at it, so that's a difficult kick. It's 10, 20, 30, 40. It's about 44, 45 metres out from the line, and Mark Aston quite capable of kicking these. One of the best kickers in the Rugby League. And the ball, in fact, blowing over the wind being that strong. And difficult conditions for a kicker, even with allowing fans behind him. So we're halfway through the first half. Mick, your thoughts on how the first half's gone so far?
Well, it's thoroughly entertaining. The game's open. Both sides are playing well with the ball. Sheffield look just as good with the ball as Leeds do. Leeds have just come up with a try. I wouldn't like to predict anything about this, would you, Stuart?
No, I wouldn't like to predict the outcome. It's a tremendous kick from Mark Aston, but it's gone wide. So Leeds will drop out on the 20-metre line. And as Mick says, I wouldn't like to predict the outcome of this one. Both sides capable on their day of playing some superb football, and both sides capable of folding if the mood takes them. So a good drop out there, and seen as a mistake there by Anthony Faddle.
Yes, I think there may have been a call from David Flange. Anthony looked at the ball, then pulled out. Nevertheless, it will be Eagles' feet, so I'll be taking the odds.
So Eagles coming away with that ball. That's Powell tackled Aston, bringing Anthony Faddle on. Big strong run on Anthony Faddle, bumping men off there. And the crowd really behind him. Powell again. And Kevin Iredale getting through a lot of tackling this afternoon, brings him down on that far side. Plange goes himself. The back for Aston, and Aston will find Broadbent. And again, Broadbent struggling and manages to get the pass out. And Bruce Maguire. So Aston puts up the bomb again, and Gamson's onside there. Difficult ball for Alan Tate. And he takes it there, juggling. Took that well in the end, Alan Tate.
His iron, it was an extreme pressure from Mark Gamson. Perfect kick from Mark Aston. Put the ball just in front of the try line. Alan Tate had to go for it.
Yes, he took that well, Alan Tate there, and Gamson well onside when that kick went up. So Leeds bringing it away with Sean Wayne. And up to the 20-metre zone. And Steve Malloy had a tremendous season for Leeds. Steve Malloy in a side that's not been winning, so much so that it got him an England call-up for the recent international with Wales. Oh, lovely ball inside, and this is away. And Gibson now, and he's got Aston to be in, and the referee's pulled him back for a forward pass. Well, I'll give you a chance for Mick to say his opinion on that. Didn't look forward from where we were, Mick.
Looked a perfectly good pass to me, Stuart. But the referee is in a better position than us. But for me, that was play on. It was very interesting. Mark Aston coming across, trying to cut Carl Gibson off, coming across. That was exciting for the spectators.
Well, Sheffield winning the scrum. That's their 5th scrum of the afternoon. And Powell bringing Michael on inside. And Plange, and he's going to score his Plange. That's going to be the first time for Sheffield, and the crowd going absolutely wild. Lovely move there, straight from the scrum. And how often that happens there, Leeds will feel they were robbed there of a try. And the Eagles coming straight back and scoring. I'll give you over to Mike now to describe that try.
Well, it's an outstanding try, Stuart. Clinically executed. The move set up with Gary Jack coming in late behind the first centre, feeding Michael, and Michael getting the perfect ball to David Plange, and Plange finish off just too much pace for Ellery Hanley. A couple of seasons ago, I think we may have seen Ellery picking Plange up then, but Anstone. I think that's a fair result on the stage of play so far. I think both are worthy of a try. And Mark Aston going for his second kick. Not being in the best of goal-kicking form, Mark. Eagles' last game at St Helens a fortnight ago, he really bombed a few kicks, and that could have cost the Eagles a couple of points. So Mark Aston just settles himself. Strikes the ball, looks good. Oh, and gets a real cheer from the Eagle supporters. They know how important that is. See Mark Aston back on goal-kicking form.
Yes, great kick there from Mark Aston. He's a tremendous kicker, and I saw the game at St Helens, and he did miss some fairly simple ones, which cost Sheffield early in the end. The game restarted, and Gary Jack it is who picks up the ball and kicks it straight. And a lot of chasers downtown for Alan Tate, and Tate picks that ball up well there. Iro then goes himself from acting half. It's a big strong run from Kevin Iro. And a penalty there awarded on the instigation of the touch judge. The referee didn't see what happened there. And certainly Leeds were in no doubt that ball had been raked out, and the touch judge agreeing there, Mick. It looked all right to me, but the touch judges were saying nearer than we are.
Well, I don't know how the touch judge saw better than we did. The touch is in a worse position from us. Whatever happened on the other side of three bodies, and how the touch judge made a judgment on that beats me.
Well, Leeds anyway will take advantage of that penalty, and Mercer is up to the 20-metre line. Gregory running with the ball, very dangerous when he runs with the ball. Andy Gregory, defences just seemed to open up for him. And Mercer injured again there on the ankle. Well, Leeds. And Dixon, power, that's a great tackle there. Bruce Maguire, tremendous tackle. Up to the last tackle, and Greg tries the cheap throw, and that's going to beat everyone and go dead. Richard Price there going straight from the tap, and that's a good 10 metres he's made there. Now we've got Anthony Farrell, and Leeds defending in numbers on this side, and Farrell spinning out of Ellery Hanley's tackle. Aston. That's good play from Dale Lawton there, using the hand off to good effect. Gary Mercer it wasn't, just trying to run off that ankle injury. And back in there, Neil James. And a scampering again, Mick Cook there, and Mick Cook will be keen to have a big game. He's from Leeds, played with the East Leeds Amateur Club. Wrapped up there, not a good pass. And up to the last tackle, so we can expect one of these bombs again from Mark Aston. And they're tremendous, they go a long way up. And Alan Tate takes him all, and Mark Aston as well. Good football from both sides there, Mick.
Yes, excellent play, top class football, first division football. A good set from the Eagles, followed by a good kick. And a superb take from Alan Tate.
Well, Leeds bringing that ball away this time with Paul Dixon over on the far side. Still trailing by those 4 points to 6, Leeds. And Craig's there looking for support. Good tackle in the end, wrapping him up. Steve Malloy. So we're up to the last tackle. Leeds made some good ground in that set of 6, and then we'll see what Andy Gregory does when he gets the ball in his hands. In fact, he does the ball lost, and it'll be play on. So not the best thing to do on the 6th tackle, Mick.
No, but good defence from the Eagles, good pursuit. They realised it was the 5th tackle, and they came right up and killed the ball down. Good containment and good pursuit.
Well, Sheffield being driven back there, actually, Anthony Farrell. Maguire. Neil James. Just looking to offload there, and could have possibly been a try if he'd got that ball away. So again, Cotton dragged back as Eagles making the most in this set of 6. Aston finds Powell. So for Broadbent brought down, and again we're coming up to the last tackle, and again the ball's in Aston's hands, and what will he try this time? In fact, he runs it, Gary Jack. Good tackle there. So changing the ploy there that time.
Yeah, good variation, good construction, and Gary Jack certainly hits that ball hard and straight when he comes.
Yes, one of the best fullbacks in the world, and still is, I think, Mick.
Certainly one of the best players in the world. Won the Golden Boot award, and really hasn't dropped much over the years in his performance.
Well, Gary Mercer there getting the ball away in the tackle, but Innes immediately wrapped up.
Interesting saying that, Stuart. They have on the field 2 winners of the Golden Boot award. Ellery Hanley won it a couple of years after Gary Jack.
Yes, that's interesting. That won't have happened very much in English football before.
It certainly won't.
Fallon putting that ball down there, not the best of passes. Jim Fallon there, but there was a gap there, Mick, if Jim Fallon had taken that cleanly.
Yes, but plenty of cover. I think the Eagles are pressing in defence, and the Leeds are now beginning to feel the defensive pressure from the Eagles.
And Gary Jack, Eagles in possession with Gary Jack. Farrell. Switching direction, trying to change up, but Kevin Iroh, that's a good tackle there. Iroh having nothing of that shimmy there.
No, he's trying to sell a dummy to Kevin Iroh, and he wasn't buying.
A good tackle on Lawton then again by James Lowes. Del Powell. Gary Jack again. And that's going to be another try, is it? And try there to Gary Jack, so Eagles taking the lead further in that run there from Gary Jack, coming at the end of a good spell of pressure from Sheffield.
Certainly were the Eagles moving the ball well, getting the ball wide and stretching the Leeds. Again, Daryl Powell, very constructive with the ball, looking one way then the other and holding the ball up, and Gary Jack again came hard and straight and had the legs to get round Alan Tate, and no double movement, he wasn't held. He got over the try line, and again I think that's a fair result on the recent play. Certainly got outside of Leeds a few times, the Eagles. Aston strikes the ball, looks good, vital 2 points again. But we were only talking about Gary Jack then just a few minutes ago, and didn't he look a world-class player when he came onto that ball? Yeah. Andre Gregory to restart, and he's not kicking this time to Gary Jack. He puts the ball on the deck. Mark Aston, oh, that's a bad mistake. And it was Mark Gamson with the ball. Good defence from Leeds, came up with the numbers and the power, dislodged the ball, and in a good position Leeds at this point. Gregory looking to develop play. Well, that could be a mistake now. Taking the ball to within 5 yards of the line could be a mistake. Hanley, tackled by Aston, but gets the ball away. Not an easy man to put down. Oh, that's good pursuit, good defence from the Eagles. Coming out and pursuing the ball. And they've driven Leeds back 20-25 yards. Leeds now looking to develop play, and that's not a good pass from Gregory. And Gregory hasn't made any impressions yet on the Eagles' defence, although I hesitate to say so because we know he can just put 1 or 2 flashes of brilliance on and just slice through the defence. Bruce Maguire, oh, somebody out to lunch there in the Leeds defence. Oh, easy yardage. And Broadbent now, tackled by Dixon. Gets one away, Maiko picks up, looking to go through, tackled by Wayne and Hanley. Mick Cook has a sortie on his own, happy just to hold the ball and run the clock out to half-time. The Eagles will be happy with the 12-4 lead to go into the dressing rooms. And that's a well, that's a good set. When you're defending right on your own line, you come up with the ball on your own line and you end up scrummaging 5 metres out.
Yes, tremendous, and what a superb kick there from Mark Aston. That saves the forwards a lot of toil up the middle of the field and so really lifts the side, I think, when a kick goes in like that. The scrum, it should be heading ball to Leeds, but Sheffield will hope to contain Leeds down here and pick up off if any mistakes that are made, Mick.
Yep. So, as he leads, long way to come now. This is Mercer, still running strongly despite the ankle injury he's picked up. Sean Wayne. Well, that's good progress for Leeds. Come 20-30 metres in those 3 tackles. Hanley looking to get Iro going. Not Ellery's best pass. Well, I think Kevin Iro was giving himself up there, thinking he'd knocked on, and Mr. Connolly insisting he plays on. and Kevin Iro seemed to contend that opinion.
Pure farce, that, and it was a touch judge that instigated the fact Leeds had not knocked on. The referee looking at the touch judge, and Kevin Iro was already giving it up for dead.
So the Eagles come back up with the ball. Powell now gets it back to Jack. Jack, oh well, Dale Lawton then. Guilty of lack of concentration. That was his ball. But nevertheless, the Eagles recover the mistake. Gary Jack seen a lot of the ball this last few minutes of play. Lawton hits the ball up, gets through low, and eventually tackled by Mercer. A drop attempt, field goal attempt from Mark Aston. Oh, wow! That sailed right over. That could be 1 point, and the Eagles would be happy with 1 point. We were looking to run the clock down and going at 12-4, but that extra point just takes them a bit further away.
Yes, that could be very conclusive at the end of this. It's a tremendous drop goal, but again, he's got the wind with him. But Mark Aston never alert to opportunities like that to drop goals, and that was great, well taken, and at the end of a good set of tackles as well.
Certainly was. So Gary Jack brings the ball back to almost the quarter line. Bruce Maguire now. Good defence from Leeds. Came up, met the ball carrier. Mark Aston has a sortie. Offloads to Anthony Farrell. Maguire looking for Broadbent. Just can't quite connect. Have one more drive. Oh, Mick Cook and Anthony Farrell there. And that's a bad mistake. Mick Cook. Well, not made many unforced errors, the Eagles, but certainly made 2 in the last 5 minutes.
That's right on their own line. That could prove decisive at this late stage in the game. I think that the clock just ready to go. In fact, Leeds might have to hurry up and get this scrum in, but that was a bad error to make there. Not a good pass, and then fell about with the ball at his feet, mate.
So Griggs comes up with the ball, lots of space. Gary Jack comes up, right up into the line. This is dangerous. Oh, good play. David Maiko brought the big giant Kevin Iro down. This is Alan Tate looking to get the ball away. Sean Wayne. Well, it's almost as a current of excitement running through the stand. It's almost as though the game's going to finish, not going to half-time. And Leeds come up with a mistake. Sheffield say thank you, take possession and bring the ball out in the shape of Richard Price. Broadbent works his way upfield. Lawton. Oh, big strong run from Lawton again. Powell, Jack, Farrell in space. Good ball from Gary Jack. They should play on. It's being played by a Leeds man. Yes, start again. Well, that was offside from Ellery Hanley. Well, both teams going for broke at this stage. Well, the clock long over, the outer long overdue. Alan Tate, well, that was dangerous. Nobody in secondary defence. The Eagles, Gary Jack hadn't taken his full back position up. This is Griggs on a ball from Gregory. Oh, Dixon couldn't hold. Broadbent, Feasdale, Lawton on a big charge. Well, this is non-stop stuff.
End-to-end stuff, exciting for the crowd there, and Leeds are looking at a great break from Carl Grigg. Just couldn't take the pass. And Sheffield bringing it right back up. This is what the sort of game we've been used to all afternoon.
Thankfully, the ball goes into touch, and the players will have a breather. Well, that was non-stop football. There really is no better entertainment in the world of sport than rugby league when it's played this way.
When it's played this way, fast open football, it's tremendous to see both sides asking no quarter and giving it, eager to move the ball on their own line at any opportunity. Just what we like to see, mate. This is why it is such a good game.
So Griggs wraps round Iro, takes the ball in, and there, long away to the hooter. Played a couple of minutes overtime. I don't know where the referee's got that from. But the Eagles will be happy to go in at 13 points to 4 up, Stuart.
Yes, they certainly will. They started off with well-did leads with a high on 8 minutes, but Sheffield have come back strongly with tries from Plange and Gary Jack, both converted by Aston, and that drop goal making it 13 points to 4. Leeds will be disappointed with that, I think.
Yes, Leeds disappointed and the Eagles thoroughly delighted. So join myself and Stuart for the second half of what should be an outstanding 40 minutes entertainment. No subs for the Eagles, man.
No, there was no more from Leeds, I think. So Leeds get this second half underway, trailing by 4 points to 13. Use both the substitutes already. Sheffield finishing off with the same 13 with as Mark Gamson brings that ball away. Former Leeds Colt, of course. Signed right at the start of Sheffield Eagles' spell in the Rugby League and has been with them ever since. Good club man. And was a half-back when he was Leeds. And the successful Leeds side, that Colt side, that included Brendan Hill, Roy Powell, Paul Medley and Richard Gunn. So Sheffield bringing the ball away, used a good yardage there. Aston coming himself. Splits the defence. Mark Aston is out on his own. Oh, some sloppy defence there. That's good running. A kick through and it's going to be picked up for Leeds by Jim Fallon. And a pen against Sheffield. The first half penalties incidence limit 4-1 to Leeds and the scrums were tied at 6-all.
Well, those interesting statistics, Stuart, it shows the game really was non-stop, 6 scrums. You know, there's 1 or 2 games recently where the referees have been penalising the game to death, but Mr. Connolly hasn't done today.
Oh, he's had a good game as John Connolly. He's looked at his touch judges when it were necessary, and he's not been afraid to make the decisions and kept the game flowing. So Paul Anderson then bringing the ball away for Leeds, and now it's Sean Wayne. Gregory Gary Mercer. That's good running there from Leeds, and that's a good yardage they've made this set as Gregory turns his back and finds Greg. Greg almost through the gap there, using Hanley as a foil. James Lawes doing the run around there, and Tape coming under that ball. So we're up to the last tackle. Leeds in possession. 10 metres inside that Sheffield Eagles half. Gregory puts up the bomb. That's for Gary Jack. He's coming for Jack. And well taken there. Mark Aston took that ball. Good defence there again from Eagles.
Yes, well organised. Gary Jack saw that, heard the call from Mark Aston. And again, Mark Aston, extreme pressure, showed outstanding skill and bravery then.
So Broadbent will take that ball up all day, and he does just that, making good yardage again. Leeds in possession, and what's the referee decided? That's a knock-on. It's been interesting to see which way he gives that knock-on.
Yeah, well, I really feel disappointed. Sean Wayne was never stood square then in reaching around to play the ball. Really, if players are in illegal, it's impossible to do what Sean Wayne did.
That's right, well, he's judged that Sean Wayne was actually the knocker on, and Sheffield winning the scrum. Aston running around with Maiko. Maiko straightening up now, and straight into Paul Dixon. Farrell. And that's Dale Lawton there. That's some good yardage from Dale Lawton. Typical big props drive. Cook. Pulled down, we're up to the last tackle. And no doubt Aston will work the oracle here again. That's a high spinning bomb, and Jim Fallon it is that takes the ball eventually for Leeds. Bit of a mix up there in the Leeds defence.
Yeah, 1 or 2 waiting for someone else to pick it up. We ended up with Fallon tidying it up, but weren't many positive calls there from the Leeds players.
Oh, James Lawes running again from acting half. Gregory finding Anderson. Oh, and Anderson losing that ball. And here comes Sheffield with Gary Jack. Oh! Bring down there. It's Maiko dancing in and out there. That's good play from Maiko. And James. Oh, dart from acting half back from Aston. Bringing in Maguire. This is good football from Sheffield. And well wrapped up there, number 3, Richard Price. Dixon down injured in. Oh, and again Broadbent there. That's Powell. Good play from Eagles now to the last tackle. Eagles just yards short of the Leeds line. And if Sheffield get it out quickly, well, that's going to be the turnover. So Sheffield missed a chance there. Big gap on the far side and lots of Sheffield Eagle players to spare.
Yeah, the pass really wasn't executed well enough. The idea was there, and they realised where the spaces were. Didn't get it out. Good pursuit then though from Andy Gregory.
Yes, and Leeds coming away now with Sean Wayne. Gregory again. Finds Hanley. And that's Iroh. And Iroh's away now, and he's got Hanley with him. Oh, and a great tackle from Gary Jack there. Class fullback's tackle there. And James Lawes taking Leeds within 18 metres or so of that line. Greg acting half will find Andy Gregory. He's running himself, and a great tackle there on Mick Cook on Andy Gregory. Felt the full weight of that, and something to say there, Andy Gregory. Hanley, Iroh. And picked up by Greg. Oh, and a bad kick there from Greg. So enterprising play from Leeds there.
Kevin Iroh launching that initial attack. Oh, and that was Neil James re-rolling a forward pass. Again, the Eagles replying. But Kevin Iroh initiating that attack, bringing the ball deep into Eagles territory. And that was the first time he's got past David Maiko. He's done a terrific job so far, David Maiko and Kevin Iroh. Real mismatch in size there.
Yes, it is, and Gary Jack a superb tackle to finish off that move. So Andy Gregory will feed the ball for Leeds. That's out, Greg. Finds Innes. Innes will run at the defence all day. And the Eagles' defence Taking him on Iro. Coming more into the game now. Trying to bust his way through using the sheer bulk of his size. And gets a penalty there for holding down. David Maiko, the culprit. And something said there which has given Leeds a further 2 penalties. Solo's waiting with the tap there. Maiko, I feel, felt aggrieved there that he'd been kicked.
Well, maybe he did, and maybe he felt aggrieved, but he has the option of rolling away, does David Maiko. He doesn't have to stop there. He was hanging on, just trying to delay things, and perhaps just caught a flailing boot from Kevin Iro.
So it's Leeds now pushing strongly, and they could do with a try at this early stage of the second half. And around there, Innes. Almost through Innes and stumped to the ground. Good tackle there. Leeds opting to use the short side with Gary Mercer. He's taking that ball now, 6 metres, 7 metres from the line. Close. Hines Highfield defence magnificent so far this afternoon. Gregory again, Iro. Sean Wayne. Dixon. And that's Innes. And Innes going to get Mercer at the corner. Yes, that's a try there for Leeds. So enterprising stuff from Leeds. The ball, keeping the ball moving, and finally the try coming, Mick.
Yeah. Done it exceptional against Leeds. The full marks of the Eagles' defence there. They were coming out and pursuing the ball, forcing the ball backwards. Leeds came up with a good pass, and Innes took a big strong challenge and kept hold of the ball, kept going, and eventually fed Mercer. So that's a good try for Leeds after a strong spell of sustained pressure. But puts Leeds back well within striking range again. So the Eagles with a 5-point advantage at the game. Ball goes to Gregory. Gregory feeds Mercer, an ever-willing runner, and runs into 2 forwards in the shape of Maguire and Fallon. And the Eagles will be looking to get, well, if that wasn't if that was contact, I mean, wouldn't want to criticise too harshly, but if that wasn't eye contact, there will never be a head-eye tackle against you.
Oh, that was a swinging arm round the neck. Pulled Fallon back. I think the referee thought he was going to play advantage, and then eventually he's given a knock-on against Leeds. So again, as we say earlier on, a penalty there given for nothing, and one there that was perfect eye tackle, just allowed play to go on.
Yeah. In the meantime, the Eagles making a change. Ian Hughes coming on, and Neil James having a rest. 10 minutes into the second half. That's a straight swap and roll. No readjustments made needed in the Eagles line, and that's a penalty. Against the Eagles. Mark Aston inquiring exactly what the penalty was for, and I think it was for offside. And that's a good kick. Tate puts the ball right in. 40 metres from the Eagles line, and Gibson gets right to the quarter line, so the Eagles under pressure again right away. Sean Wayne just ducks inside Andy Gregory, meets some big defence. Ian Hughes in on the tackling quickly. Dixon, Gregory using Ellery Hanley as a foil. Laws looking to step his way through. Just 10 metres from the Eagles line now. Gregory runs, feeds Hanley. Difficult to stop at this range. Oh! It's an excellent try from Andy Gregory and Ellery Hanley. If you're going to bet your life on anybody in that situation, it'll be Ellery Hanley.
Yes, that's a typical Ellery Hanley try. We've seen him do that so many times. Just forced his way over. There must have been 4 or 5 Eagles players hung on him there as he took the ball. He had a long way to go when he got the ball. Didn't look to be the best of passes, but Andy Gregory's astute as ever. He knows where Ellery Hanley's going to be running, and he knows just what he's got to do. So this is a bit of a better kick as far as Kevin Iro is concerned. this time. He kicks the goal, so it's 14 points to Leeds. So what a game we've got on his hands now, Mick.
Certainly have, and the Eagle paying for their indiscretions, as you do now in the First Division. I really think that penalties are becoming vital, and you must not give silly technical penalties away.
So Leeds then looking to run that ball back with Gary Mercer. Straight running and strong hard running from Gary Mercer. Laws will go from acting half. Tremendous upper body strength, James Laws. Still struggling there with the tacklers. Higgery finds Dixon. Higgery going himself there, puts Sean Wayne through the half gap. But quickly closed, Sheffield defence coming across well. Higgery again, orchestrating everything now. That's a little chip over there. That's not going to find touch. It's going to be stopped by David Plange. Gary Jack. A good running and good tackling from Leeds. Campson again, just taking that ball up. Play just in the middle of the field as Sheffield trying to work the oracle and break that Leeds defence, and Leeds have got the tails up after that try. Ian Hughes that was. Went up to the last tackle, and Daryl Powell. It's that ball, and Alan Tate will watch it go dead, so that'll be a tap out. Leeds will be looking for the quick tap. Hanley injured there on the floor. Difficult to see what's wrong with Ellery Hanley, but the referee's stopping play. Didn't see anything happen there in that tackle with Ellery Hanley, did you, mate?
No, looks as though he's banged his shoulder, Ellery, and he's not a fellow that stops down for nothing. So it'll be a pretty big bang. He's moving about, but his arm's hanging a bit limp. That'll be a blow for Leeds if it's a serious injury.
Well, Leeds in the meantime continuing with that ball with Sean Wayne, moved up to halfway in their set of three. That's good play from Leeds. Higgery runs himself, looking to put players through gaps. Oh, that's Ido away now, that's good play. Ido taking him in on the outside. What a good cover tackle there again. Innes. It's a long ball out there, and Gibson couldn't take that. It looked slightly forward, Mick, from where we were at.
Well, you could say that. You could say it with a quarterback pass as well, Stuart. If that was slightly forward, I'm slightly 8 foot.
Yes, well, I have to do this from the Leeds point of view. But it was a forward pass from Craig Innes, and I think the wind took it actually forward from out of his hands.
Certainly did, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't intended to be a forward pass, but certainly drifted a long way. Interesting on that last run from Kevin Iro, it was one-on-one on Gary Jack, and he really didn't fancy taking Gary Jack on again.
No, he was looking for some support there, and the support was there, but he couldn't use them, Mick.
No, but I think for a fellow as big as Kevin Iro, as much talented as Kevin Iro, a one-on-one for me, 15 yards from the line, I'd want full back on.
Yes, and score the try. So Eagles bringing his ball away again. And that's a penalty there given away by Sean Wayne. A quick tap there by Aston, that's good thinking. Instance, that's only the second Eagles penalty of the game, Mick.
Yes, they haven't had many, and it's good performance, good disciplined performance from Leeds.
O'Fannell. We're moving that ball from acting half Sheffield now. Maguire using the other threat of Gary Jack there. That's good thinking by Sheffield. Ian Hughes pushes the first tackler off, which is James Laws. And that must be the last tackle now, so Eagles actually made no ground from the first drive from Mark Aston, and Aston comes again now, chips over. In the arms of Alan Tate. So not a good set of six from Sheffield, that.
Yes, brought the ball right upfield again as they did in the last set. Finished off with a kick from Daryl Powell, but went dead. The Eagles now have got to contain Leeds and really clamp down, because Leeds look as though they're getting into full swing of things.
This has been signs in the last few moments that Leeds are looking to open this game out even more. Anderson. Laws and Gregory standing to come into the game more. Hanley. Ido stepping inside. And that's a penalty there. That was a thump on Kevin Ido as he was coming down there, and the referee just pulling, I think it's Mark Aston back.
Yeah, just had a little swing at Kevin Ido, and again the Eagles giving up good position. They've had no containment on Leeds in this half, and they've paid the penalty. You just mustn't give penalties away anymore in the First Division.
That's quite correct. It's hard enough, as Doug Lawton says, it's hard enough to get in your opposing 25, and then if some Joey gives a penalty away. And good thinking there by Hanley.
Yes, all the Eagles players had retired a good 30-40 yards then. Nobody had marked the 10, and Hanley spotted that and just took 30 yards out of the defence.
So Gregory runs with the ball, brought down. Sean Wayne will power their way towards this Eagles line. That's good running and good ground made there. James Laws goes himself from acting half. Just settling it down now. Gregory. That ball there. Picked up by Innes, and Innes will have to run with this. A good curving arcing run there from Craig Innes, getting Leeds out of trouble there, Mick.
Well, you can call it a curve, also call it a flat Cosfield run, Stuart. I thought they could have straightened up early, but that's a good kick. It looked like some interference on Gary Jack then before the ball was played.
I think their referee's going to give the first knock on, in which case it'll be head and ball to Leeds. In fact, he has done just that.
Right, it's gone now.
The Leeds with the ball again now in the hands of Craig Innes. Oh, and Jim Fallon on a storming run there. That was great take by Jim Fallon. Leeds pressing strongly again now. Hanley. The run itself. Mercer looking for the run around. Goes himself, Mercer. The Leeds 10 metres from that ship. Laws will find Gregory. The short ball there is for Anderson, and Anderson takes it 10 metres. The Leeds on the last tackle now. Gregory. Ido coming up on that far side. Gibson. A long pass there, and Innes will look to go, finds Laws. And eventually the ball goes into touch. Bit of a comic situation there, Mick.
Yeah, a bit of pitter-pat from Fallon and David Plange. The ball ends up though with the Eagles. Some outstanding football though from Leeds in that play, and a wonderful vintage Andy Gregory pass to get Ido away.
Yes, and a good take there from Jim Fallon in that move. So Eagles held down here as Leeds. So try and keep them penned down here. Leeds defences certainly coming to its own at the beginning of this second half. Well, that's a good ball out there for Dale Lawton. Leeds back in possession there. Another mistake from Sheffield.
Yeah, Richard Price losing the ball in that movement. Under pressure now, Sheffield have really got to get to the pump and weather the storm and get back into the game.
Well, Sheffield did actually have possession for just a few seconds there as Carl Gibson put the pass from Sean Wayne down, but good cover defence from Leeds and pushed the play into touch.
Mark Aston making a fatal mistake then.
So it'll be head and ball to Leeds. (22 minutes gone in the end of this second half, and Sheffield have the ball. With Gary Jack. Farrell. Oh, that's good driving there from Anthony Farrell, and that's going to be The touch judge is on from the far side. Difficult to see what the problem is. Oh, looks like the referee could be injured there. Looks like some form of muscle pull there for John Connolly.
Well, he's just decided to stop the clock now as John Connolly. He looks in some distress. I don't know what it is. Maybe an hamstring. Or it may be cramp, or it's a touch of cramp.
How do they get the salt tablets down him? That's always bad to see. A sign of not being fit, Mick.
Well, no, not necessarily. The grounds are a bit soft and spongy, and it really has been a fast game, Stuart. He's had some keeping up to do as John, and he's leaving the field. So one of the linesmen will be taking the flag.
Well, whenever Leeds play, they always assemble something farcical. Last time we were here, the lights went out, Mick.
Well, it's an unfortunate incident for John. I'm not sure if it is cramp or whether he's really pulled a muscle. The way they're carrying him off, I should say, is actually pulled a muscle.
Yes, it's a disaster that really for John Connolly, because he had a tremendous game this afternoon.
Certainly has. You know, can't agree with every decision he's made, but overall he's done very, very well.
So play gets back underway then. Sheffield in the middle of the field now. Cook finds Maguire. Maguire trying to dance his way through. Michael. And we're up to the last tackle now. So Aston will have this ball. Decides to use it. And that's the sixth tackle with the turnover. Well, a penalty there given against Carl Gibson, and Carl Gibson very annoyed with that, Mick.
Well, Carl Gibson really has no excuses. Paul Broadbent had the ball, was looking to pass the ball out. Carl Gibson grabbed the ball. And if Carl Gibson ends up with the ball in his hands, he really has no excuse in that situation.
No, it's quite clear now, you can't steal the ball in the tackle.
You know, he can't have the ball in his hands by accident.
No, that's correct. I think Gibson might have thought there that was the last tackle, it was going to be the match play to the referee's whistle.
Absolutely. And this is a chance for Mark Aston, pressure kick. And we'll just see if Mark's got his goal-kicking nerves back to go a point in front. What's interesting about the game, Stuart, also is that Leeds, one of the only two teams left in the Rugby League whose colours the Eagles haven't down. Wigan, and the other one is Leeds. They've got a point off Wigan a couple of seasons ago, but they've never really managed to drop a point off, and that's a good kick from Mark Aston, a pressure kick.
And Leeds paying there for that little indiscretion. And Tate, it's a good long solid kick off there, and we'll see whether that's given Sheffield new heart. It's looked to then Leeds have done a good containing job in this second half. Robin.
And Anthony Farrell then nearly giving a good position up, then having a silly dig at Ellery Hanley, and then the referee quite easily could have stopped the play and given Leeds a penalty. It's not what you want to be doing in the First Division anymore.
Oh, it's very hard nowadays in the First Division.
Ian Hughes.
Oh, tremendous. He's held on his back over the line there, Mick. Tremendous run from Ian Hughes.
Yeah, what an outstanding run from Ian Hughes. He's done that several times this season. He's developing into an outstanding second-row footballer. And tremendous pace and power. Went right through the middle of the defence and kept going. And rode two.
So good position there for Sheffield as they come away with the scrum. The Leeds will have to defend in numbers now. Gary Jack. That's Broadbent looking to turn the ball. And that's a try there to David Flange, using his stamina to force his way over, Mick.
Yes, good body positioning from David Flange. Showed all his experience there, all his international and professional experience. Rode the two tackles, twisted and turned, kept the ball alive, kept it free, and planted it down. 2 tries for David Flange. An excellent play from David Michael then. Delivered the ball right at the death.
Yes, an important one. This Leeds would have to score and kick the goal twice. And straight through the middle, Mike.
Yes, you can't get a better kick than that. Mark Aston back on goal kicking form.
Paul Leeds with it all to do then, trailing now 21 points to 14. So Leeds in, kicking off with Andy Gregory. A long deep kick. Run out well there for the Eagles. Bruce Maguire. Anthony Farrell. Oh, that's good running from Eagles there. They've taken that ball 20 metres there in two drives. And a missed tackle there on Broadbent. Oh, good tackling from Carl Gibson. Well, Eagles really coming strong now, Mick.
Certainly hitting the ball hard and straight and finding the holes. Mark Aston developing the ball well, holding the ball up and putting players into gaps. And the big forwards, Lawton and Broadbent, making good yardage in use as well. But again, the Eagles come up with a silly penalty.
Yes, penalty there after they'd lost the ball. And a big hit to Fallon. But the referee says it was a penalty, and that was pretty dubious decision there, mate.
That was never an high tackle. That was a perfect tackle from David Flange. He went in with the shoulder on Jim Fallon and met him shoulder to shoulder and crunched him. And the referee, I think, way out of order then.
So Paul Anderson running strongly with the ball. It's Leeds' 11th penalty of this game, so they've certainly had their share of possession. Sean Wayne. Andy Gregory now, what can he do? Twist, turns, tries to go himself. This is the first spell we've had from Leeds in the Eagles' territory in possession for some time. I don't. No, good tackle from Daryl Powell there. Great defence again from Eagles.
Yeah, they're really doing outstanding all day, Stuart. The tries that Leeds have picked up really haven't been as a fault of the Eagles' defence. Been outstanding play, two bits of outstanding play from Manley. It was a good try that Mercer scored, and here's Mercer with the ball now. Last tackle.
Well, last tackle, and Leeds will be looking for something here. Andy Gregory. Hanley again. Oh, and Hanley brought down this time. Copybook tackle. I can't see who that is. It's Anthony Farrell. Really a try saver there, Mick.
Certainly was. Another 6-point tackle from Anthony Farrell. Took a knock in the process. But he'll be happy if he goes home with the points. You know, I've heard a lot of talk recently in Rugby League about the way Ellery Hanley's over the top and he's not a player anymore and is coursing through games. Well, these people don't come and watch him regularly.
Well, I've seen every game he's played this season, Mick. He's been absolutely outstanding form. At Lee, in the mud the other way, 54 tackles, and that doesn't sound like somebody who's coursing through games for me.
No, never has done, hasn't Ellery Hanley? Struggled with form a little bit, perhaps early on in the season, but he's scoring tries on a regular basis the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yes, he's been in tremendous out form and thoroughly deserved the England cap that he got earlier. A lot of people wondered how he'd got the cap, but he certainly did well and he's been doing well enough. So I think what's the referee going to decide here? A lot of pushing and shoving with Andy Gregory involved.
It's that tackle. And Leeds have come up. Well, I don't understand this, Stuart. Leeds have come up with a penalty. Oh, what was that for?
I haven't a clue. And it's a shame if this game's going to degenerate because the referee's gone off, mate, because the touch judge is struggling at the moment to keep control, I think, giving some weird penalties.
I don't think control's the issue, but both sets of players are being well disciplined, really. Oh, and that's a Plans playing basketball, has a free run. Oh, just couldn't get into his stride. Fallon picked him up. That was danger for the Eagles. Gregory floating one of his specials over the top. Plans jumped, patted the ball and got the rebound. Maiko trying to work his way upfield. Seven minutes of the game left. The Eagles leading by 21 points to 14 in what has been an outstanding game of rugby league. Both teams playing some really good constructive football. Lawton working the ball up on the right hand side of the field. The ball will come left now. Lum is on. Farrell turns inside and steps. Good feet, Anthony Farrell. He's developed good stepping game in the middle of the field. Comes right to the middle of the ruck. Steps off either foot. And Fallon showing his inexperience then. Well, there's nothing to come from that, Adam Fallon. All he has to do is let the ball go in touch and Leeds come up with possession.
That's right, just a bit of inexperience there from Jim Fallon. The ball just bouncing off his hand and giving away possession in a very dangerous position now.
Yeah, never in a position to collect the ball.
No, he wasn't really, he just stuck his arm out, and that's what these rugby union players sometimes do when it's not quite enough.
So Richard Price trying to step his way through. Darryl Powell being replaced by Tim Lum. So the Eagles, there must be an injury, they wouldn't take Darryl Powell off. There's Tim Lum looking to get the ball going. Oh, lovely inside pass to Richard Price, just short. So under pressure now, Leeds. Another score for the Eagles, and it would be the end of the section. You could lock the gates and go home. Anthony Farrell with chances. Steps Iro, got rid of Iro, going for the line, twisting and turning, trying to keep alive. Eventually tackled by Griggs and Innes. Maiko, Aston slits one through. Oh, chances. Oh, that ball was put by a Leeds man. It was Innes that played it dead. Good crossfield kick from Mark Aston, good pressure.
Tremendous kick, because Aston actually used the upright there. And the Leeds player unsighted, I think, at the back of the post, and a great knock back by Innes, but that was a lovely kick and could have easily brought a try.
Yeah, and Gary Jack returns the ball. Gets 10 yards into Leeds territory. Mick Cook takes another 10, gets right to the quarter line. So again, the Eagles back up the field. Feeds Lawton on a big charge. Goes to the posts. Eagles stacking deep on the left. Mark Aston has Broadbent come in. Maiko through. Oh, Hughes was coming on the overlap then. Overloading the left-hand side then, the Eagles bringing a forward running outside the centre. Oh, Price has found a gap. Oh, that's the end of the section there. It's 5 minutes left and Leeds are 12 points behind. Good hands again from Mark Aston. I should say Mark Aston has to be the player of the day.
Yes, he's had a tremendous game. Mark Aston has been involved in everything the Eagles have done. A lovely ball there and a great run from Richard Price, and he seems to have a nasty habit of finding those gaps, Richard Price.
Richard Price, a very astute player, has a very good step on him. It's not an obvious step, it's just a quick change of direction as he did then, and Leeds defenders stood and went clean over the line, right through the heart of the Leeds defence. So Mark Aston hits that and gets the goal. And Mark Aston's kicking being vital. It's Mark Aston's kicking that's taken the points away from Leeds.
Yes, up until then it was only 3 tries each. But Mark Aston's kicked superbly this afternoon. He had a disappointing time at St Helens the other week. Done tremendously well this afternoon, and he's got his side 2 valuable league points here, mate.
So Tim Lone feeds Mark Gamson. Mark Gamson brings the ball into midfield. Just short of the quarter line. Aston runs foil for Maguire. Maguire gets over the quarter line, gets a good pass away to Hughes. Can't gather it in. Well, Knock on, says the referee. So the Leeds a chance with a couple of minutes to go. Got to play catch-up football, take all risks, just keep the ball alive. And that move didn't work. And the referee not sure who's got the ball. And it's a penalty now. Tim Lund wants to take a quick, Mike Aston wants to take a quick tap. The referee, and a bit of sledging going on there. One or two players talking. And Gary Jack just happy to go for a flat kick, make sure it goes into touch and run the clock out. Assuming that the game stays as it is, Stuart, and the Eagles come away with 2 points, it will be a richly deserved 2 points, because Leeds asked all the questions just after half-time when they took that 1 point lead. Tremendous testament to the club that there's only one team left in the Rugby League whose colours they have to drop.
Yes, it is. They've done really well in the short time they've been in existence. And interesting, you said at the beginning of the second half there, the Leeds had possession for 12 minutes out of the first 15 in that second half and just managed the one try.
Meek Cook on support from again, storming run from Ian Hughes. Tim Lum has a chance, gets away, Richard Price for his second. Outstanding play. Ian Hughes again ripped the heart out of the Leeds defence. They just couldn't hold him. Went right down the middle of the field, kept alive. I thought perhaps he'd taken the wrong option. He could have given the ball to his left with David Maiko, but kept alive, and Tim Lum kept with him.
Yeah, magic player Tim Lum. Lacks the consistency to do it for 80 minutes every week in, week out. But when he's got the ball in the hand, there's no finer player in Rugby League.
Yeah, and Gary Richards accepting that try with relish. Yeah. And Ian Hughes certainly showing there that he's a first division player now. And Mark Aston, well, and there goes a hooter. 31 points to 14. And earlier on in the game, Stuart, you asked me to predict what the outcome would be. I wouldn't have predicted 31.
No, I wouldn't. Even as little as 10 minutes ago, I wouldn't have predicted that. I thought Leeds could have come back there when they were just the 7 points behind, but they've folded in the last few minutes there. 1 or 2, we haven't had a game for a while, 1 or 2 players just coming back. And I'm sure Dougie Lawton bitterly disappointed. They've got a lot of work to do at Leeds.
They played some good football, the Eagles.
Oh, tremendous football. Showed just what they can do. Good team spirit, good team effort. 2 big props driving the ball in. Excellent half backs and some pace out wide.
Yeah. So for the Eagles, tries from Jack, 2 from Price, 2 from Plange. 5 goals and a drop goal from Mark Aston, give them 31 points. And for Leeds, a try for Mercer, 2 tries for Ellie Hanley, and 1 goal for Kevin Iro, gave them their 14 points. And that really leaves Leeds' season in a real mess. The Eagles obviously cling on to 5th spot in the TFA, but that's a sad state of affairs for Leeds.
Yes, the gap opening now between the bottom 3, which is Lee, OKR and Leeds, and the sides above them. The other side seem to be winning. It'll be interesting to see whether Wakefield have beaten Bradford this afternoon, Mick.
Yeah, they're drawing 12 apiece at half-time.
Well, indeed, and it's very difficult now. Leeds have got a lot to do, a lot to pick up the season. They've got difficult games to come. They've got a game next Friday night on Sky against Halifax, so always love to work the Oracle. And then the game I would be dreading if I was a Leeds player, that's Castleford's visit on Boxing Day.
Yeah. So from myself, Mick McGowan, and Stuart Faddo and Mike on video, join us again next week for what should be another game of outstanding Rugby League.